Quran came in from the first day, it told people to think for themselves, didn't it? Read for themselves. The Quran restored what Ibrahim alayhi salam started. It took people back to what Ibrahim alayhi salam started. This is why the legacy of Ibrahim alayhi salam is so important. This is why the sacrifice story is so important. He separated our God from all the other gods. I don't want you to think that Allah wants us to go through pain and suffering. In fact, Allah made the religion easy through Ibrahim alayhi salam, and that's what we're going to discuss next.
With stars above, the sun and the moon, a boy asked questions and searched for the truth. He smashed their lies, flew into the blaze they threw, but to their surprise, the fire stayed cool. He sacrificed a ram, submitting to God's rule, and built with his son a legacy renewed. What everyone should know about Abraham alayhi salam. Before we start, did you know there's a workbook that goes with this episode? Download it at our website so you can follow along, take notes and do fun activities after.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ibrahim alayhi salam had two kids. Remind me who they were. And according to the Christians and Jews, which of the two sons of Ismail were blessed? Ishaq. According to the Muslims, which kids were blessed? Both of them. Both of them are prophets. Both of them have lineage, and we believe in all of their prophets. In fact, the prophets from the children of Ishaq are mentioned more in the Quran than anybody else. So Ishaq and his family are a big chunk of the Quran, right? Every time you read in the Quran, Ya Bani Israel, who's Allah talking to? Children of Yaqub. He's actually talking to the children of Yaqub, right? And in the end, Allah decided to have a conversation with them to remind them that this Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is their prophet also, because he is connected directly to Ibrahim alayhi salam. And even though they are the children of Yaqub, that means they are the children of Ishaq. That means they are the children of Ibrahim alayhi salam, which means they are also directly connected to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they're not a different people. They're all just children of Ibrahim alayhi salam, right? So the Quran makes the argument in Surah Al-Baqarah to remind them that this is all one large family, and that family belongs to Ibrahim alayhi salam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his mission was 23 years long. Our messenger, his mission was 23 years long. And Allah gave him a dream before his mission was over. And in that dream, Allah showed him the completion of his mission. His mission will be victorious, that he will win. The surah of winning, the surah of victory, Surah Al-Fath. And in this dream, Allah showed him that you are going to enter Al-Masjid Al-Haram, the Kaaba. You'll enter it peacefully, and you will shave your head, and you're not going to be scared. And basically, they're going to shave their head and sacrifice the animal. That's what they're going to do. The Muslims are going to do. Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he was building the Kaaba thousands of years ago, he asked Allah, show us our activities. Do you remember that? Arina manasikana. And Allah showed the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam what activities they're supposed to do around the Kaaba. What tawaf they're going to do, what sa'i they're going to do, how they have to, sacrifice the animal, shave their head, all of that stuff. And Allah showed all of that to the Prophet ﷺ in a dream. How many dreams are in the Quran? No. How many prophet dreams are in the Quran? No. Not 7. Not 2. More than 2. Less than 10. 3. There's 3. I'm gonna need you to tell me which they are. One of them we already covered. Ibrahim's dream. Good. Yusuf's dream. And the Prophet's dream that he's going to do Hajj. 3 dreams. So which dreams? Ibrahim? Okay. Ibrahim's dream involved one of his kids. Which kid? Good. Ibrahim's dream involved Ismail. Okay, good. Yusuf's dream was about his brothers. You remember that? But Yusuf's father is who? Yaqub's father is who? Ishaq. And Ishaq's father is who? You guys will remember that? So one of the dreams is from the Ismail side, and one of the dreams is from the Ishaq side. You with me? Which dream is from the Ismail side? No. Which dream is from the Ismail side? The sacrifice. The sacrifice. Which dream is from the Ishaq side? Yusuf and his brothers. And then the last dream in the Quran is which dream? The Prophet Muhammad's dream, which is about, what's the subject of that dream? Hajj. The Prophet's dream is the last dream in the Quran, and the Prophet's dream, interestingly, combines the dream of Ismail and the dream of Yusuf. It combines both. Because when he went to Hajj, after Hajj, you sacrifice the animal, then you shave your head. And sacrificing the animal is fulfilling the dream of who? Ibrahim and Ismail. So it's connected to that dream. When the Prophet ﷺ conquered Mecca and all the Muslims were gathered together, he told them, I will tell you today what Yusuf said to his brothers. No harm will come on you today. I forgive all of you. Yusuf's dream was that his brothers are going to be humble before him. And when they were humble before him, he said in Surah Yusuf, there's no harm that will come on you today. There's no harm that comes on you. This is the same words the Prophet said, which day? The day he conquered Makkah. So the day that he fulfilled that dream, he fulfilled the dream from the Ismail side, and he also fulfilled the dream from the Ishaq side. This is Allah's way also of showing us that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is connected to both sides of the children of Ibrahim alayhi salam, which is why he is the true son of Ibrahim alayhi salam, because he combines all of those legacies back in one. They were connected at the time of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and they're reconnected again at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is a very powerful, important thing in the Quran that Allah has done for us to show us why we believe in Ibrahim alayhi salam. And instead of calling Islam the religion or the deen of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right, in the Quran, Allah doesn't call it the millah of Muhammad. He calls it the millah of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Because we're supposed to let the Jewish and Christian people know who Ibrahim alayhi salam really was and why we are so loyal to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he finished what Ibrahim alayhi salam started. Ibrahim alayhi salam started something and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam finished it. He finished it. That's his job. That's the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam's job. Another way I want you to think about it is, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his mission was how long again? 23 years. In those 23 years, he talked to three groups of people. Three groups of people mainly. He talked to the mushrikun, the people who worshipped idols in Mecca. He talked to the Jews and the Christians, by extension, in Medina. Mushrikun, Jews and Christians. The mushrikun of Mecca were the lost children of Ismail. They were originally, because the Kaaba was built for the worship of Allah, and people were Muslim around it. Eventually it got corrupted, and now it became what it was, the mushrikun, right? So these are the lost. They were originally on the right religion, on the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Some things from that religion still survived. They were still doing tawaf. They were still doing hajj. They were still saying it was built by Ibrahim alayhi salam. They were still admitting that. Some things remained the same. Other things changed, and Islam came to bring them back to the original religion of their father, Ibrahim alayhi salam. On the other side, the Prophet was talking to the Christians and the Jews. The Christians follow who? Isa. Isa, the son of Maryam. And you go further up, and Isa's forefather is Yaqub, whose father is Ishaq, whose father is Ibrahim alayhi salam. The Christians are also lost children of Ibrahim alayhi salam. The Jews are the followers of Musa alayhi salam. And Musa alayhi salam's ancestry goes back to Yaqub alayhi salam, which goes back to Ishaq alayhi salam, which goes back to Ibrahim alayhi salam. There were three audiences of the Prophet. The Mushrikun, the Christians, and the Jews. And all three of them are the lost children of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Now you understand that the Quran was originally in conversation with all of the people of Ibrahim alayhi salam. People ask the question sometimes, if Islam is so true, how come the Prophet didn't come to China? Because they have all the factories. How come Islam didn't come to Australia? How come the Prophet didn't come to, Bangladesh? Why didn't it come to India? Why didn't it come to, or Pakistan? Yeah, Pakistan. England, yeah. Why didn't it come to New Jersey? Right? UK. Why Arabia? You know why Arabia? Because the point of the Prophet ﷺ was to restore what was lost in the mission of who? Ibrahim alayhi, and this was the one place he could talk to all of the lost kids. All at once. To restore and to fix and to finally perfect what Ibrahim alayhi started. The day Islam became complete is the day on which Allah, allowed Makkah to be conquered, the idols to be destroyed, the final surahs to be revealed. The religion was complete when the mission of Ibrahim alayhi was finally fulfilled. Now people from all over the world can come and do Hajj and worship Allah. That was the dua of Ibrahim alayhi anyway. When he was building the Kaaba, he was asking people should come from all over the world to be able to worship Allah here. And now finally that can happen. This is why we have to understand that we cannot actually understand the mission of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam without understanding the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam. There's a connection, just like you cannot understand who you are if you don't understand who your father is, and his father is, and his father. Your identity, my identity is connected to my father's. The Prophet's mission is connected to his father, alayhi salam. And our identity and our mission is connected through that to Ibrahim alayhi salam. This is how we have to see ourselves. There's only a few quick other things I want to take from this, and then I want to open the floor up for all of you. I want to hear from you as much as possible. I want to hear from you especially what were the favorite things you learned? What were some new things you learned? What things you still have questions about? I want to hear about that from all of you. But there's a couple of quick last minute things I want to share with you before we wrap this up. Inshallah. Among the last things that I want to share with you is Ibrahim alayhi salam. He was, when he was old, one time the angels came to him, and I believe this was about Ishaq. So Ismail was already born. And he was with his other wife, Sarah. And he lived by himself, just her and him, very old. And three strangers came to the door. Okay, or three or more strangers came to the door. And they said, Salam. And he said, Salam. Qawmun munkarun. I don't know you people. Never seen you before. And they were, when people travel in the desert and the mountains and the river and whatever, their clothes are roughed up and they've been sleeping on the grass and they've been, eating off of trees or slaughtering animals, blood splattered, this, that, all kinds of stuff, right? These people were in perfect clean clothes. That's weird. Where did you come from? So he was kind of thrown off by them. Looks like he was a little scared. فَأَوْجَسَ مِنْهُمْ خِيفَةً. He felt a little bit of fear from them. That's what the Quran says. But wait a second. Ibrahim alayhi salam, what do we know about him? Is he afraid? Can you remind me of when we learned that he's not afraid at all? There should be more than one place you learn that Ibrahim alayhi salam is not afraid at all. Tell me. When he was thrown in the fire, he wasn't afraid at all. Even before then. Yes? When he challenged his dad, he wasn't afraid at all. Yes?
When he was slaughtering Ismail.
When he was about to slaughter Ismail alayhi salam, but before, I'm talking about young Ibrahim. Was young Ibrahim brave? When was young Ibrahim brave? Alayhi salam. Yes, young lady. Yeah. When he broke the idols? Yeah, when he broke the idols and all the people were yelling at him, arguing about him. Very good. He's not afraid. I didn't even tell you another story. One time he got taken and dragged in front of a king. This person doesn't believe in your religion, king. And إِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبِّيَ الَّذِي يُحْيِي وَيُمِيتُ. He said to the king, my God, my Rabb, is the one who gives life and gives death. And the king said, "Oh yeah?